What's this? A real challenge? You've finally caught my attention. A fellow exile. One more fool under Zana's sway. Allow me to destroy you before she has a chance to betray you, too. At least, my way will be quick. You slew my friends! You brought ruin to my world! You have invaded my very sanctum. I should be furious, and yet I feel nothing. How boring and small. Destroying you is as easy as flicking a pest. Did you really think this would work? I transcended all this long ago. Feel the thrill of
the void. Why run? What's the point? Your lives are meaningless. Watch guilty crumble.
Impressive. But now you will fight on my lands. You assumed I share the same weakness as my fellows. And now you come to me. Is it bravery or foolishness? You will long for
Non-existence. Reign of stars. Everlasting fire. Glorious flames. Be silent. Die.
What drives you, exile? Is it justice? Revenge? Honor? No. It is power. We felt your deeds. Felt their shockwaves ripple through the void. You have our attention. Now you must keep it. Your limits will be tested. The stars themselves will bear silent witness. How far will you bend before you break? Drives you, exile? Is it justice? Revenge?
Hey guys, Dante back here with another little video, and in this one I am doing a follow-up on my previously released video about a Bow cast on crit Deadeye Ice Speed Eye of Winter setup. So a few things changed from the last video, and I'm gonna try and keep it shorter than the last one. If you are new and first time seeing this video, please make sure to look at the first video where I explained how to craft the gear, what's the basics of cast on crit and what you need to look out for and stuff like that. I'll make sure to post the link to that video in the description below. So if you want to know the basics of cast on crit and what you need to look out for and what to expect, make sure to check out that video. This is just a follow-up to that previous video, so let's get right into it. So the weapon, exactly the same. We didn't change anything on it. +1 cast on crit, LE pen, double damage, crit chance and quality. That's just about it. I do have this other one that I've been trying to craft, but it's proving to be a living nightmare with this. It's very difficult to craft, and I do not recommend attempting this because it's like a money pit. You just throw in money and never see it back, okay? I also explained how to craft this bow, but just as a reminder, this is just a shaper base. You want a chaos spam until you hit one prefix, that is +1 CoC or LE pen, and then 2 suffixes. You craft can roll attack modifiers, and then you slam it until you get cast on crit or the other remaining mods. Then you do prefixes cannot be changed, reforge attack or reforge speed. I do recommend reforge speed so you can get the attack and double damage. And then if you want to go like really big, then you can do like prefixes cannot be changed, assling, get something else and stuff like that. But that is more of a min-max version, so it's all up to you. You can go for a bow like this or a bow like this. The DPS will be slightly better with the bow that has one additional projectile, but as you saw in the showcase, the DPS is just fine. The gloves are exactly the same. The belt, we're still using Taurus Reclamation. I tried to craft a rare Stygian. Everything I tried to craft was just basically deleting currency because nothing compares, nothing's even close enough to be comparable to Torrents right now because it has everything that you need, right? I tried to craft a double influence Stygian and it just fell flat. So I still think Torrent is the best in slot build for now. The boots are still the same. Elusive, movement speed, life, elevated onslaught for the attack cast and movement speed while you have onslaught. Avoid ailments because now we are ailment immune. So those are the boots. The ring, I think this one's new. This is a ring which has the T1 Shaper prefix, cold damage against chilled or frozen enemies. This boosts your damage quite a bit. And it also has life gain for each enemy hit by your spells, which is a massive bonus to your survivability, because every time you attack, you know, there's like ice spears going everywhere and you get a lot of life back for each enemy they hit. Got big accuracy, so we're 100% hit chance, fire res, and some other res. The amulet, it's still the same amulet. The only thing that I did is the prefixes cannot be changed, reforged crit, and I got the T2 crit multi. I'm happy with that. The quiver, now the quiver, we ditched Maloney's, and I'll explain why. And we got this quiver, which gives us 100% chance to crit, so we are crit capped, which is very important for casting crit. It's got huge crit multi, it's got the blind, it's got the lightning damage to attack so we can shock a little bit, and huge life, again, for big survivability. And then we benchcrafted critical strike chance and chance to gain a frenzy charge on crit, which is the same mod. It basically replaces the frenzy you put in the Maloney's. How you craft this quiver is you spam scorn essences. Yeah, scorn essences. So you get a huge crit strike multi until you get like life. Ideally, you would like also fire damage to attack, so you can proc Cinder Swallow, because I still don't have any fire damage. That's something I still need to work on. And at some attack speed. That would be the best things that you can get from the quiver. Bow attacks, fire additional arrow or stuff like that, it doesn't really affect you at all, because all your damage comes from ice spear, not from tornado shot. Okay. We still have the same helmet. I don't have an enchant for it yet. Having an enchant will prove like having quite a bit of DPS increase. It's like maybe 500,000 or something. I still don't have it. I could buy one, but this one's Shaper Influence and I like the style points. But all jokes aside, get the Asnats with Ice Spear Fire's additional projectile. It will help you. Don't be a Pepega like me, okay? The ring, I think this one's still the same. Frostbite, minus mana to non-channeling skills. We got the Redeemer one, T1 again, cold damage against chill or frozen enemies, big life, and some resistance, some rarity. Okay, the suffixes could be worked on, but I'm too lazy to recraft anything. Regarding the flasks, I took up a Rot Gut instead of the Quicksilver flask, because basically Rot Gut is a Quicksilver flask, and it has a 50% chance to gain a flash charge when you deal a critical strike chance, which is huge sustain for us because we always deal crits, we always get flash charges. We get Onslaught and consumes Frenzy Charge on use, which is not a big deal because we get Frenzy Charges back up almost instantly. And it has increased duration, and I use when reaches, the enchant used when charges reach full. Basically, I have a permanent uptime on Quicksilver, so we're really zoomy. Then we have Cinder Swallow with the enchant used when you hit a rare or unique enemy. Basically, I never press these two flasks because whenever this triggers, this also triggers. This is basically the single target DPS that you want. And so basically when you hit a boss, this triggers and then this is going to trigger. And then I only press Dying Sun where I really want that extra damage boost for the extra projectiles, right? That's about it. Okay, and Life Flask will corrupt the blood. Now, for single target, I am using a Awakened Core Penetration instead of Eye of Winter for the second proc, because as I explained in the previous video, which will be in the description again, Cast on Crit will trigger these two spells in sequence. So it's going to trigger Ice Spear, Eye of Winter, Ice Spear, Eye of Winter. So it's going to go back and forth between the two. And I found it, for my personal experience, that swapping Eye of Winter with Awakened Cold damage, Awakened Cold Penetration, is better because it only procs Ice Spear and you get like a more smooth DPS output. Okay, that's just a personal preference. You can experiment and try for yourself and let me know what you think. So that's about it regarding the items. Nothing much has changed except the quiver, the ring, and the gem, I mean. And we are now level 94. And how did we get ailment immune, you might ask? Well, we got 25, well 24 chance to avoid elemental ailments from here. We took this entire wheel here, and then we have some avoid elemental ailments on the jewels, like temperature sensitive of being frozen, avoid being shocked, and stuff like that. I think that's all I have actually. Yeah, okay. So now that we have this ring over here with live information enemy hit by your spells, you can pretty much ditch the small cluster jewel if you have Fisted Flesh and use a Fetal, or use one of these with more crit multi for more damage. It's all up to you. I haven't really bothered to change it because it's just really smooth to play with it, and I just like being more tanky and surviving more. Okay, so that's about it with the tree. I still need to do probably another ring or something, maybe a jewel, so I can ditch these 2 points and respect a little bit tree here. If you want to go like the super squishy side and not take any survivability, you're gonna go down here and take the 3rd large cluster with 2 mediums, and yeah, you're probably gonna die in 1 hit or 2, but you got more damage. This is a personal choice for me. I prefer not dying so much, even though I did die quite a lot leveling this build, and until I got all the pieces working together smoothly, okay? So it is not a SSF friendly build, okay? Cool, so now let's jump into the PoB and see the difference. As you can see on Tornado Shot, what is it? Whoopsie. Crit chance 100%, hit chance 100%. This is huge. This is such a good quality of life once you hit both crit cap and hit cap, because you're constantly proccing those Ice Spears and Eye of Winters. So yeah, that's very important. These are the go-to. You need to be 100% crit cap and hit cap. And then for Ice Spear, we are almost at 11 million damage, which is insane. Like you saw in the video, Awakener 9 Sirus Deathless, like Conquerors are getting killed in like 3-4 seconds. And taking into consideration the nerfs that we got this league, 3 to 5 or even 6 seconds Conqueror is not bad in my opinion. I am very pleased with how this build is doing. Configuration here, you see I'm not like, you can take away the slipstream, but it's up like most of the time. Power challenges, yes. Oh, right. One more item that changed, I forgot. We changed the chest piece to a power charge on crit with base crit, and then we did suffixes cannot be changed. We did Reforged Caster, and then we did another suffixes cannot be changed and did T4 Air Sling, and we got the percent life and the flat life, which is very good. And then that changed the gems. Here we have Hydrosphere, Bone Chill, Sniper's Mark, and Creeping Frost. And also we changed the Annoying from Whispers of Doom to Heart of Ice because we ditched the second curse in Maloney's. But having the critical strike multiplier on the quiver is proving to be much more DPS than having that second curse up. Okay, so that's the big changes. Sorry, I forgot to mention about that. Okay, so in the configuration, power charges, yes, from our chest piece, frenzy charges from the quiver craft, tailwind, elusive, yes, because all with this crit. Are you on consecrated ground? Yes, from the ball of fate. What did I take here? Is the enemy chilled? Obviously. Is the enemy shocked? We don't really shock that much, especially on bosses and siren stuff like that. If you want to get a good shock, you could ditch the amulet and use a Yoke of Suffering, which would allow you basically to shock, right? So I didn't take this. Like most people are gonna take this and do like 30% effective shock, but that's like just fake DPS, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. Is the enemy unnerved? Yes, from our cluster. Is the enemy consecrated ground? Yes, from the Ball of Faith. That's about it. Like nothing too special. 11 million. If you had, let's say, what is it? This one, and apply enchant. If we do Ice Spear, that will give you quite a bit more damage. Additional projectile. That's like almost 1 million more damage. Boom. So yeah, get that, definitely 100%. And if you would have the bow, which has the warlord influence, or the hunter, or the, what's the name of the guy? No, warlord, elder. And you have the suffix, additional skills, fire, additional projectile. This one will give you another million, so that will be like 13 million. But I'm too lazy to start investing in that or doing labs, so I'm just gonna sell over this. But this is like if you want to min-max and push it even further, this is the things that you want to get. You want to get the lab enchant, and eventually you want to get the bow with additional skills, fire, additional projectile. Okay, so that's about it. I think I put you up to speed on the current build. I absolutely love this build. This build is so much fun to play, and I've been playing it for, I think, a week now, and I'm having a hard time letting it go. But I know I kind of want to play other builds, so we'll see. Thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate it very, very much. Please consider subscribing. Let's get to that 1,000 subs. That will be freaking amazing. I also stream on twitch.tv/Dante00151. I almost every day, I want to say, like maybe 5 times a week I stream. Make sure to drop me a follow if you want, and join our little community on the Discord. Link will be in the description for both Twitch and the Discord, and I hope to see you guys soon. And until then, boys, stay safe.